Yarrr, me mateys! It is your boy YGO King of Scrubs here. National season has come and gone. I hope everybody had a good time. Uh, we did choose to play a fun deck, as you can see, this weekend. We were doing good. First 4 rounds undefeated is always fun. Uh, it was a lot of fun. I know some of you guys probably don't know face or anything, so maybe eventually I'll do a face reveal so that way next time y'all can come up and see me, say hi, we can talk. Absolutely a blast. Everything up till the finals, that is, for Kashtira. Not exactly what I wanted to see. I was rooting for the hero player, even though I'm not a hero fan, and then I was rooting for the purely player up until the very end. Hopefully everybody had a good time. We do have my Plumder deck profile that I played this weekend. It did pretty well. At a local level, it'll probably do well. About 4 to 5 rounds is about where this deck does well, and then after that, you start seeing a few inconsistencies, but that's all right. We will go over it. It's a pretty standard deck. I don't think I have anything too spicy, but it was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys had fun. This is a really good budget deck, and 4-0 for the first 4 rounds is always pretty good in my opinion. But hey, we can't hold out forever, I guess. We start off with our obvious one, 3 Whitebeard. Pretty standard. Your summon from deck, remember, it does lock you into Plunder, and the only reason that matters is because the other 2 engines I'm playing in here. After that, we do play 3 Golden Hair. She is your extender. She can summon from hand. A lot of people do forget that, but she summons from hand or grave. If she summons herself, though, using either of those effects, you are locked into Plunders. Do remember that. From there, we did play 3 Bluebeard. He is your extender, and he has a little bit of draw power. He was definitely good. Definitely needed this weekend. Our little Raven guy, Black Eyes. Yeah, I don't know why I had trouble reading that one or remembering that one. I feel stupid right now. But Black Eyes was absolutely phenomenal this weekend. Returning Whitebeard to be used again on my opponent's turn, getting Whitebeard off several times. Absolutely amazing. A card I wish I had played more of, but I only played as a 1-of this weekend, was Redbeard. I should have been playing 2, but that's okay. The 1-of ended up working out pretty well for a while. But that does it for our main deck Plunder monsters anyways. Holy crap, where did you come from? My cat just came out of nowhere and then ran off. As for our main deck Plunder spells, we are on a single copy of the Equip Emblem of the Plunder Patrol. Very good card. It actually came up quite a bit this weekend, and I used it a lot to just be able to tag out rather quickly, especially going second if my opponent didn't have the attributes I needed. I play a lot of hand traps in this deck, and kaijus, actually, so you'll see that here shortly. Then we played 3 Shipyard. That card was... Oh, this card was absolutely phenomenal. A lot of people weren't ready for some of the combos and plays I was doing, returning Redbeard and Whitebeard to hand a lot of times, and setting this, especially after dumping it for some of the adventure package, which I am playing the adventure package. I think it's the better build over Runic. I know a lot of people are on Runic, but it seemed inconsistent. I did try to test it, and I either drew the Runics or I drew the Plunders, because you have to play such a heavy number of both. From here, we did play the 1-of Booty, which I failed in me attempts to steal the national booty. Oh, well. Sorry, I can't resist. I absolutely love this deck. This deck was so much fun. I hope someday we get the Wind Ship, and if nothing else, I really, really hope the Wind Ship is a Spell and Trap Negate. We have a Monster Negate, but a Spell and Trap Negate would be phenomenal for this deck. From here, that does it up for the Plunder cards. They are your piratey friends. From here, we do play the adventure package. We are on 3 right. Pretty obvious. 1 Draco back, and then 1 Fateful Adventure. I wouldn't change this, really. If I were going to change anything, it'd probably be the monster lineup, which we're on 3 Water Enchantress. I debated on dropping Water Enchantress down to 2, but I also debated on dropping the right down to 2. It's something you could easily do, is drop one of them down to 2, because she does recycle from the graveyard along with the deck. Something to remember when tinkering with this deck, if you guys choose to play it. This deck, again, strongly recommend. It's very budget friendly right now, especially since these got the reprint, and that's what helped me decide that I wanted to play this weekend. Had a blast with this deck. I hope everybody had a great weekend with Nationals this weekend. From here, we do play the one Griffin Rider. He's just a negate, but he ended up coming up a little more than I thought he would. Not for the negate, but to use his link material, surprisingly, as that free extender. From here, I do switch to the last technical engine I'm playing that's not just generic cards, I guess, if you want to count it as that. I am playing 3 different attribute kaijus. I am playing the Thunder for the light, the Multi-Dimension for the dark, and the Spediter for the earth. Love these guys. They were great this weekend, to be honest. Being able to get rid of problems. A Rise Heart is a huge problem that just needs to go away, and this helped get rid of it. Did everything I wanted them to, and then some. From here, we did play a lot of hand traps. I did play 3 Effect Veiler. Not a lot of people ready for this card, actually. A lot of people were expecting Imperm or something. I do wish I played Nibiru this weekend, but I did not. I did play 3 Ash Blossom. And I mean, it's the best hand trap in the game still. And then I played 2 Ghost Ogre. This card also not a lot of people prepared for, but it ended up coming up a lot, especially against like Runic Fountain and things like that. Dropping it to pop it was absolutely phenomenal. Card I wish I did not play and played another hand trap was actually Terraforming. Did not need this card in the deck. You can search your field spell off of all your extra deck cards, and you're going to draw it since it's a 3-of. Do not need this card. I probably would have put in another hand trap, probably a Nib or something like that. A card that needs banned. It needs banned or put back to 3, so I can either be prepared for it or it stops being a sacky 1-of, is Called by the Grave. Card's broken. Card is just good. I'm going to play it until they hit it, but they probably should hit it. That does it for the main deck. It is exactly 40 cards. Again, super fun deck. Definitely recommend it. We are going to move on to the extra deck here, which we are playing 2 Blackbeard. I would bump this up to a 3-of. I would not play it as a 2-of. It is definitely a needed 3-of. We are playing 2 Lace. You don't need more than 2 of this. This is your monster negate along with your free extender. Against Labyrinth, I was ending a lot of my first turns with just a Blackbeard pass. A Blackbeard and maybe like 1 or 2 sets and a bunch of hand traps. And against Labyrinth, a lot of them were on Wannabe, and you got to Wannabe during your opponent's in phase straight into this, which was fantastic, ending with a Lice and a Blackbeard, because you would use Lice still to summon the Blackbeard and get the additional draw, which was absolutely phenomenal. From there, we did play 2 Moark. Moark is your monster banish. Ended up coming up a lot, hit a lot of different things. It also searches for your field spell, which is very important. So does the Lice. Lice can search for any Plunder card. From here, we did play 2 Jord. Jord, this card is amazing. Thank you, Konami. This card is exactly what the deck needed. My sideboard, I don't normally show the sideboard, and I'm still not going to, more than likely. I think you guys need to decide your sideboard based on what you think your bad matchups are. But siding Rivalry of Warlords with this card was absolutely phenomenal, because you give your opponent a token going first. It locks them out of kaijus. It locks them out of just everything. It locks them out of kaijus, evenly matched, and just summoning in general, unless they're on another Fiend deck. So we never sided it in against Labyrinth. From here, we did play 2 Bran. This is your spell and trap removal. Ended up coming up a whole bunch against Labyrinth. Absolutely love this card. It also searches monsters. You run out of plunders in main deck rather quickly if you don't play conservatively, so that is something to make sure you watch out for, because remember, everything adds. Bumping up the Redbeard to 2, and for a while I was playing Party. Party is a very good card. It draws cards, things like that. It's very good. Different things you can consider. But that does it for the Plunder Patrol Extract monsters. From here, we did play a Bahamut and a Toad. I actually did not make this too often this weekend, but it was absolutely phenomenal when I did make it. Nobody played around it because they thought I was going to summon like a Bluebeard or Blackbeard or something, or summon a Blackbeard, and I don't know why somebody thought that. They're like, "Are you summoning Blackbeard?" And I'm like, "It doesn't have a level." So I summoned Toad, and they just were not ready for it. It was fantastic. Definitely something fun. I did play the Dweller. You do not need this card this format. You could easily drop this card for the third Blackbeard, which is needed. From there, we did play one Salamangreat Olmirage. That makes, as soon as I can find her, Salamangreat Olmirage makes Golden Hair a 1.5 card Blackbeard, because you do need a card to discard to summon her back. You just summon, tag out into Olmirage, and then discard a card to summon back. If you discard like a Whitebeard or something, then you're really cooking. Our last extra deck card was a Donner Dagger for Hire. This card was fantastic. Just free removal. Absolutely great card. I would super recommend this deck to just about everyone who's on a budget. You can build this deck for probably less than $100 right now, and it'll do you pretty good. Like I said, especially at a local level, you can easily win like 4 rounds and be really happy. But yeah, hopefully we get the win ship soon. Hopefully it's a spell and trap card negate. At Nationals, I did manage to pick up everybody dropping and selling stuff. I did pick up a Runic Core for a little less than 100, and then I traded all the Vanquish Soul stuff I had built up. Figured we're not going to play the deck. It's way too expensive. Even now, it's still around $200+, and that's not really on a budget level, and I'm not looking to spend the extra money on it. If you guys are interested, pick up For Hire stuff. For Hire stuff is still stupid cheap, stupid good deck. I think even without the Runic stuff, For Hire could be a good budget deck that can do a lot. I think our list will probably hit sometime next month, to be honest, probably near the end of next month, right? It'll either come near the beginning or near the end of next month is what I'm thinking. And my guess is they're going to hit a lot of stuff. I wouldn't pick up any Sprite cards, and I wouldn't actually pick up Runic. I picked up Runic stupidly because I had the opportunity to, but I wouldn't pick it up. More than likely, Konami is going to give us the reprint of it, and then they're going to start hitting stuff. My guess is Kashtira's days are numbered, Runic's days are numbered, and Sprite's days are numbered. Safe things to invest in. Adventure, I don't think they're going to touch it. It hasn't seen a ton of play. Flunderees, I would invest in. That's still one of my favorite decks. For Hire, I would invest in. You could invest in this deck very easily. Obviously, we do have the potential of one more card. We do need a win ship, and they haven't given us that yet, so we do have great potential for that, along with possibly one more extra deck monster. So, other than that, I think this weekend was a lot of fun. I hope everybody had a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. Another national season has come and passed, and hopefully next year we're going to be banging out some actual like big tops and not just 4 wins. But guys, that's going to be it for this. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below on how bad I'm doing, and I'll see you next time.